Hey friends, welcome back into this new video tutorial with the MySQL Pro. In this video again, I'm going to be illustrating to you now how to insert data into our MySQL database. We're going to be learning on down, break down things, and we get to know how do you really insert data, how do you really add data, how do you really put data into that MySQL database, how do you really put them and make them work. Now to make sure us to go and get lost, like I happened to illustrate to you guys on the previous video, as I was explaining to you guys about describing up the table. This has now helped us. We already know that our ID is going to be automated. It implies we don't need to add ID by ourselves. We have first name and last name, and have the timestamp, which is going to be picking for us the time, the year, the month, the date. You get things like that. Even the seconds and the minutes, and even possible microseconds in which that record was taken. Now we don't need to store this. We don't need to add this by ourselves. We don't need to add the ID because it's already automated. Now this is the best way I would say how to add auto increment and providing as a primary key. It really gives us a chance to deliver the best. Now let's go straight to the point. If I click on our MySQL stuff here, it takes us to this panel. So I'm going to simply say one on us inserting. So we're going to simply say insert into our table, which is called users. Now, which columns are we inserting? So you guys who have just joined this video, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and then you get to learn with me the best way, so that each time I happen to put new videos, you will always get a notification onto your phone or onto your PC. Then on the other way around, for you guys actually who will watch this video until the end, I'm going to give you even the more simplified way on how to insert more techniques on how to insert data. So make sure you stay tuned until this video ends. Make sure you watch until the video ends. Now here what I've said is that insert into, so you open up here, we need to start into, we have our ID, and we also have a F name, we also have a L name, like that, and we have our timestamp, which is date underscore reg. Now we don't need to save that, we don't need to store that, you get? That's one thing I want you to know. We don't need to do that. I always like to select into users, it's called users, good. So I always like to break these things down into that way, and if possible even I do like that, because I'm going to add something there, like maybe this. I'm going to simply say values, like that, and then I end with the semicolon. Now this is it. We have this ID, we have this F name and L name, you get? Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. This is it. Oh, sorry, not that. I said YouTube, good. So I need to refresh this so that we can get YouTube is down here, good. YouTube is down here. So this is it. I think you can see ID, F name, L name. So that's it, go back here. So you need to talk to that. So ID, where they say I just put now because we already know we're going to be having a value. If you want, you can give there 1 for the first time. Let me say that. And L name, I'm just going to use double quote maybe. I'm going to put there OSP. And then here we have a comma, and we have Pro. You get? That's what we have. So definitely if I hold the control with enter, I should have that data inserted into our MySQL database. If I refresh our code this side, we should have that data inserted in, and even the time seconds in which that data inserted, we get them, and even the time taken. So that's it. So if in the other way around, let me just show you another few stuffs around as inserting data. Remember, on our previous stuff, we said what to insert. So I'm going to simply say insert into, and it is called users. So I'm just going to be using 1 row, you get? So this has other techniques. Like I said to you guys, as you watch this video to the end, you're going to be learning other new techniques. Now here we said initial ID, and we also said about F name, we also said about L name, and then we came this side around in our video, sorry on our what we just said previously. Here we happen to make it to be 1, give it 1. Now here we don't need to give anything, you can just say null. You see, this another techniques, and here you can just simply say David, if that's it, because I like that name David so much. And I can also use another name called Oguti, because that's the naming in Africa, you know very well. So it doesn't make you know that I'm not from India, I'm from Africa, but I think I'm like Indian, no? So I just like to be part of them, part of their life. Now that's not the big deal. Now the point here comes in that insert into users, you specify like ID, F name, and L name. Then here down we talk about this is now always this is the techniques I advise you guys whenever you're going to use this system to be online. Like for instance, I have systems here. I have different systems, and some of them I have different systems. Let me just use this demo to illustrate to you guys something. If I take the system to initial stage like that, this is how the system looks like. Now this system works offline and also works online. You get? Now if that's the case with this system, I'm creating up my database. I need to talk about the techniques on which how this data is going to be really taken care of. So if this is how the data table going to be like, we need this system on this time of creating up the database. When I'm going to generate up the MySQL query for that, this should be now. This is going to be a good practice so that your information the other side should be automated by the time the parameters or the values are going to be taken, or the figures. So it helps you to generate up the good things for your complete MySQL database. So otherwise, that's the good technique. So if I happen to press enter, we should always generate up that given data, and we should have it in our MySQL database. By the time I refresh the page, should have that just inserted into our page. Now I said also for you guys, you're watching this video till the end, I have the best techniques I'm going to be using you or showing you. Like for instance, if you try to cross-check back in here, we may simply say insert into. So here we're using different method of inserting. So you guys who like to share my videos, I just advise you share it to your friends so that you can get the best out of that. Now this is it, insert into that values, and then we have your values. Now this is a good technique, but then I advise you not to use it. Not to use it anyhow, because it's not going to help you as that. It's not going to be something good for you guys who like using these techniques. You get? I always like to use the right thing than just using something fake. You see, if you leave this without putting values, how about if I come in here and I ignore ID and I just put there maybe let me just say we have there maybe Davis, if that's the case, and they also have here maybe Brian, if that's the case. Now look onto this method, it's showing no error and everything looks okay. How about if I hold Control with Enter? Did it insert? It is saying insert into that gate, so column does not match for that given stuff. How about if I happen to just come down here and I put null for that given value and I ignore the timestamp and I click there, it will still tell me the column doesn't match. It implies in a simple term I have to give all the parameters for my values. Like for instance, if I happen to just drag this, copy that, just that very one simply, and then I happen to open up here and I say this is what we are going to take for values. So how about if I click there, does it work? It's good, it's working. Now this is what most of the guys tend to use, and for sure if you try to refresh this part of the page, you will find that data inserted. But me, David, me OSP today, I have to let you know the truth. I don't want you guys to mess up it tomorrow with your codes. Why do you lose when you use the right techniques, my friend? What do you lose when you're designing a system of maybe million, designing a system for organization, you're designing a system for supermarket, you're designing a system for restaurant, you're designing a system for hotels, you're designing a system for banks, and you want to put people on risk? Don't do that, my friend, because you don't know. Today you may be programming that code, and tomorrow someone else is going to come in and utilize your codes to do something productive out of it. Maybe tomorrow you're going to generate an API, and now here we're only pointing to the value. Now something called a pointer in C programming, if you guys have ever done programming, it's what you're trying to cut up with here, which is good, but then again you're losing value to your programming techniques, because you're going to generate a good program, you're going to provide the good result, but with the worst method ever. You're always a good practice to provide always a good practice to provide your values, like maybe the parameters, like the variables. Like here this time around you have to give the F name, the ID, if possible, all of those parameters. Otherwise, let me show you the best techniques ever, which I advise you guys to use. Like for instance, if I go back in here, I just need to click on here. I clear up all those stuff, drag this, copy there, and copy that code. Just hold Ctrl C in your PC. You get? That's what I need to talk about. Hold Ctrl C in your PC. After copying that, we should take ourselves back there. So it's what we're going to copy inside here. So when I simply say insert into users. Remember, I have to open up here, so I'll just paste your codes there. That's the best techniques I always like to use, because if I also even show you right now my codes, you'll discover that for sure I have it in my piece of codes. Like for instance, if I just take you to my stuff functions here down on functions, you'll discover that for sure I use that techniques. I think I don't like to lie to you. Don't like people to do things funnily. You see, I think you can see this is the best way. Whenever you go to search data, please provide the best thing, so that when you know that you've done something like that, you're not going to get errors in your program. So it's always a good practice to do that. But again, on the other way around, since we already made our ID to be automated, auto increment, you can always ignore that, because we want it to be picking on current time. So you can ignore that. Then on the other way around, come back down here on your PC, always make sure this is null, because it's none of our business. We want just that to be data, if that's the name, and then this one to be data, if that's the case. That's good for us, and think it's okay. If I hit click there, I just need to know that the data inserted into our MySQL database successfully. Otherwise, guys, if you found them, you just join this video, and you happen to join this video and you have not yet happened to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, my friend, utilize this chance, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you give a thumbnail up maybe. And to the other way around, please share the video to your friends, so that you can actually reach to most of your friends who may need to learn the programming the best way. So we're learning the programming with OSP Pro, but we're trying to utilize ourselves to give it the best technique. So otherwise, guys, have a blessed evening, and please stay safe. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. If you find things are hectic, please just comment down below. Comment down below. I can make your life simple. Then you guys who always maybe been programming with me and finding things interesting, you can also give me a donation. You can also buy for me coffee. Buy for me coffee. What do you lose when you buy for me coffee? You can buy for me tea. You can buy for me coffee. I don't know. You can even call me David. Why don't you go outing tomorrow? I think it can be better. Now that will be good, but in this condition you're not from far. Condition you're from Uganda. If you're from Uganda, you can always give me, But even you from India, you can call me. You can call me. Say, David, I think you need to come to India and visit us. I can actually arrange myself and I come and visit you over there. Otherwise, guys, have a blessed evening. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Please program very well. Utilize the best way. Look for the best programming friends. Look for people on YouTube who have the best content. Look for them and actually share knowledge with them. Some of them are not mean like me. I can always give you my time whenever I have time, and we do the best for all of us. Thank you, guys. I'll stay tuned for next time and wish you light. Thank you.